This video features the translation of the Urdu sermon Naseehat-e-Murshid by Sarkar Maroof Peer. The link to the original sermon is provided in the description. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. Fa'uz billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Today's lesson is that whenever a Peer-o-Murshid instruct their new disciple regarding zikr or any practice, they should diligently and obediently engage in that practice or zikr as recommended by the guide. Often it happens in Sufi lodges when a new disciple arrives, the Peer-o-Murshid advises them on zikr and meditation or involves them in a specific practice. And later, when the Peer-o-Murshid advises another disciple regarding different zikr meditation, practice and action, the new disciple engages in those practices and meditations even though the teachings are distinct for both. This should not be done in this manner. Doing it in this manner is harmful for the new disciple. Although the intention of the disciple is good, wanting to quickly reach that spiritual station, but what happens when they approach it this way is that they end up harming themselves. They neglect the specific zikr practices and meditations that their Peer-o-Murshid has given them. Instead, they engage in various practices just like a patient who takes multiple medicines prescribed by different doctors without following any specific treatment plan. Yes, if someone follows one doctor's prescription, it would be better for them. However, in their eagerness to recover quickly, they end up taking medicines from multiple doctors. If someone says that they will take medicines from both doctors and recover quickly, you can understand the potential harm it can cause them. Sometimes, when the Peer-o-Murshid is engaged in a different form of zikr, meditation or practice, the disciple might think that they could quickly progress by adopting those practices themselves. The practice belongs to the spiritual guide. They are the one who say, I perform this practice, this is my zikr. So, keep in mind that your Peer-o-Murshid is following the teachings of his own Peer-o-Murshid. Your Peer-o-Murshid is adhering to the lessons imparted by his own Peer-o-Murshid, and the teachings your spiritual guide imparts to you are specifically tailored for you. Exactly just like in a school where a teacher might be studying one thing while preparing for the class, but the lesson they teach to the students could be different and tailored to the students' need. Inside the Sufi tradition, there is a famous incident that has occurred. The incident I am referring to is that about Hazrat Junaid Baghdadi rahmatullah alayh. He gave his rope to a disciple who was struggling to cross a river and said to him, recite Ya Junaid, Ya Junaid, while Hazrat Junaid himself continued to recite Ya Allah, Ya Allah. They had crossed halfway through the river when Shaitan, the accursed one, arrived and presented various rational arguments. Remember, Shaitan's most prominent characteristic is his ability to present sophisticated and compelling rational arguments. His most significant trap and his greatest deception. According to logic, certain things remain consistent, and Shaitan uses these logical points to establish arguments that our intellect might accept. The accursed Shaitan confuses and deceives the disciple, saying, look, your Peer, Junaid Baghdadi is reciting Ya Allah, while he is instructing you to recite Ya Junaid, Ya Junaid. Do you know why? The disciple asked, why? Because by reciting Ya Allah, he has become the master of all blessing and miracles. The reason they are helping you cross the river today is that they have received those blessings and miracles within them due to their remembrance. They want to ensure that you do not acquire these blessings and that these miracles do not come to you. He says, tell me who is greater, Allah or Junaid? To which the disciple responds, Allah is greater. So why don't you invoke the name of Allah? It is said that the disciple then begins reciting Ya Allah, Ya Allah. When he started reciting Ya Allah, he began to sing. And then what happened? So Hazrat Junaid Baghdadi says, didn't I tell you to recite Ya Junaid, Ya Junaid? They say that this happened 2 or 3 times, and each time Shaitan used his deception. After bringing his disciple to the shore, Hazrat Junaid Baghdadi's disciple asked, what is the matter, Hujur? Hazrat Junaid Baghdadi Rahmatullah alayh says, I know Allah, I recognize Him, and I also recognize His zikr. I was engrossed in recognizing Him, and I recognize you too. I gave you this zikr to test your beliefs so that I could examine your faith. Yes, often the perfect spiritual guides provide specific remembrance or practices as a test. What does it mean? It is a test. So, if the disciple stands firm on those beliefs, no matter what zikr the spiritual guide has given, the zikr given by the Peer-o-Murshid is the most excellent zikr, and the guidance given by the spiritual guide is the most excellent guidance. When the disciple firmly believes in and trusts the zikr, practices and actions instructed by the Peer-o-Murshid, maintaining complete faith and confidence, as they say, having perfect faith, just like Junaid Baghdadi Rahmatullah alayh guided his disciple to cross the river. Similarly, the Peer-o-Murshid, by guiding the disciple, helps them cross this world, which is like a river, and enables them to meet their Lord. So, whenever the perfect spiritual guide gives guidance, the disciple should have complete faith in it. If the disciple likes any specific practice of the Peer-o-Murshid and wishes to adopt it, they should seek permission from the Peer-o-Murshid. Without permission, they should not proceed. It has often been observed that some disciples start certain forms of zikr or practices on their own without guidance. This should not be done, as it can disrupt their spiritual energy. The perfect spiritual guide knows what kind of zikr, practices, and methods are suitable for you and how you should progress. So, whenever the perfect spiritual guide instruct you in any form of zikr, diligently follow their instruction and practice it. It happens that sometimes the Peer-o-Murshid instruct the disciple in a specific zikr and then start guiding another disciple or giving a sermon. The disciple in the meantime stop their own zikr and becomes engrossed in listening to the guidance being imparted. When the Peer-o-Murshid has given you instructions, adhere to them consistently so that you may progress and succeed. Whatever practices and teachings your spiritual guide imparts will lead you to success if followed sincerely. Wama alena illal balag.